What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some new level 6s to look at. They're pretty exciting. They are both super rare level 6s, and frankly, one of them is making me look like a big dumb stupid liar, and I don't really appreciate it. So let's start off with Kazuchimon. Now, just yesterday, I did my video about the new Pulsemon line, and I told you how Bandai had my back because I was having a bit of a crummy day yesterday, and then I went to look at the daily reveals, and I'm like, whoa, it's Pulsemon. I love Pulsemon. Bandai looking out for me. This is awesome. Thank you very much, Bandai. And then I told you how we had the level 3, the level 4, and the 5, but we hadn't seen the level 6. I did my video. I uploaded it. I went and had my lunch, and in that awkward in-between period of me setting it up, loading, and it actually uploading, well, would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen, they did go and reveal the level 6. Cheers for that, Bandai. Cheers for that. The good news is it's actually really cool, so I'm not terribly upset. It is Kazuchimon, and we got a 12 cost to play normally. 5 cost to Digivolve, that's high, 12,000 power. We expect 11 free 11, so 12 5 12 is frankly huge. However, when you Digivolve, if you have 3 or more security cards, you gain 2 memory. If you have 2 or fewer security cards, you may trigger Recovery 1. But not just Recovery 1, you understand, ladies and gentlemen. Recovery 1 until you have 3 security cards. So when you Digivolve into Kazuchimon, you're not recovering 1 if you've got fewer than 3 security. You are recovering until you have 3 security. Now, obviously, if you're sitting here at 2 security, that's the same thing. It makes no difference whatsoever. But outside of that, if you've got 0 or 1 security remaining, then this is getting you 3 or 2 extra security cards. And this is nuts, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely nuts. Either you're Digivolving as a free cost, which is great, or you're going back to free security. And obviously the timing of this is going to be absolutely crucial, because we could compare this to the Cherubimon from BT1. The Cherubimon from BT1 is a free cost to Digivolve all the time, and it recovers 1 when you Digivolve it. No ifs, buts, or maybes, no certain amount of security cards or any of that rubbish. You just recover a card. Which means that if you've got 2 security cards remaining, Cherubimon and Kazuchimon here are the same. You'll pay 3 to Digivolve, and you'll recover 1 card. Now, if you've got more than 3 security cards remaining, then Cherubimon is just better, because you're a free cost to Digivolve and you still get the recovery, which is awesome. But let's say I've got 0 security cards remaining. Cherubimon is a free cost to Digivolve and I'll recover 1, which is fine. Kazuchimon might be a 5 cost to Digivolve, but I'm going to recover 3. And recovery 3 is nuts. Recovery 3 is just something we don't see. And you're not going to be able to pull this off all the time. This isn't always going to work. There are going to be a lot of games where you're never sitting there at 0 security because you go down to 0 and your opponent wins the game. And if that happens, and it's sad, and we all move on with our lives. But there are going to be games where you do, and that is awesome. Now, there is a second skill here on your turn. While you have 3 or more security cards, this Digimon gains security attack +1, which is weird because that is exactly the same second skill that Cherubimon we just mentioned had back in BT1. Like, literally exactly the same skill. Except it's not exactly the same skill. Now, don't get me wrong, the way it's written, it is exactly the same skill, but we need to go back to that Digivolution skill. You see, if I've got 0 or 1 security cards remaining, and I Digivolve into Cherubimon, I'll gain a security, but I won't go up to 3, which means this security attack +1 won't be activated. With Kazuchimon, I will always go up to 3 security, which means the turn I Digivolve, I will have security attack +1, and that is not something we can say about Cherubimon, so that makes it better. The other thing we need to mention here, and this is a very important point, you got an extra 2,000 power. And that extra 2,000 power is huge, because your average level 6 has 11,000 power. So Cherubimon is below your average level 6 and will be deleted by it attacking the stack, meaning if you hit a level 6, the likelihood is you won't get your second security attack. Whereas Kazuchimon here has 1,000 power more than your average level 6, which means it is likely that you will survive and you'll take out 2 security cards while surviving. That makes a whole heap of a difference, ladies and gentlemen. That is really big. And yeah, fine, there will be times where Cherubimon is better, but I think on balance, the fact you always go up to 3, you always get the extra security attack, the fact that you've got those extra 2,000 power, I really do think puts Kazuchimon as just a better Digimon. Then, of course, you got the combo with that Pulsemon that when you're attacking, if you have exactly 3 security cards, you gain 2 memory. Well, remember that if you Digivolve with fewer than 3, you will have exactly 3, you will get the security attack +1, and you will gain the 2 memory, so it's like you Digivolve for a free cost anyway. I like this card. I'm giving it 5 Wassies. I think it is great. But the good news is there is also a purple Cherubimon coming, and here's one. This was revealed a few days ago, I'll be honest with you. It's taken us a little while to get to this one, but we got there now, ladies and gentlemen. We got there now. 13 costs to play normally is huge. 4 costs to Digivolve is above average, and 12,000 power is also above average, but starting off, this is a very expensive Digimon. But when Digivolving, you may play 1 purple Tamer card from your trash without paying its memory cost, and then for each Tamer you have in play, you may delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Oh, yeah, that's worth it. Now, you've got to be playing a purple Tamer focused deck, and that's not really something we've been seeing a huge amount of up till now, but this could be the thing that makes it. Yes, you got to pay 4 costs to Digivolve into Cherubimon, and that's really sad, etc. But you get to play a purple Tamer from your trash without paying its cost. And if you go ahead and go for the Matashida from BT2, which incidentally will also then return a purple optional Digimon from your trash to your hand, or the Sora and Mimi from BT6, then you're actually not really paying to Digivolve at all. There are 4 cost purple Tamers out there that you can essentially play for free when you Digivolve into this card. So yes, it's expensive. A 4 cost to Digivolve is expensive. There's no counter argument. It objectively is. But when you get to play a Tamer for free at the same time, even though it's still an expensive card, it starts to feel a lot less expensive. Like I say, Matashida will return a purple optional Digimon card from your trash to your hand, so you Digivolve into Cherubimon, play Mat for free, and then get that option or Digimon card right back, which is huge, and it's one of those ones that guarantees you start your turn with free memory. Sora and Mimi at the start of your turn, if your opponent has no level 4 or lower Digimon, you gain 2 memory. Bearing in mind, one of the things you're doing with this skill is taking out level 3 and 4 Digimon. And on your turn, when a purple Digimon attacks, you can suspend it to draw a card. So this is one that's going to be gaining you memory and drawing cards. And if I can be essentially playing these for free, yes, that is pretty gosh darned awesome indeed. And then, like I say, when you Digivolve, for each Tamer you have in play, you delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Well, if you play enough Tamers, you're going to hit 1 or 2 as security cards. Then you've got the one that's going to be in play from Cherubimon, plus any you've been able to play normally. And it's really not unrealistic to imagine you might have 3 or 4 Tamers in play, at which point you Digivolve up, and you take out 3 or 4 Digimon. And it is really important, and again, same places we got the translations from here, same reliability. Essentially, you play the Tamer and then do the deletion. That means that you're going to be in this awesome position where you essentially get a free Tamer and then delete a couple, 3, 4, however many Digimon. This is huge. For 4 memory, that is nuts. Yeah, fine, it's expensive, but goodness gracious me, is it worth it? Then when you get deleted, for each Tamer you have in play, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. I'm already starting to think that it's taken me too long to get to this card. Because this, again, is nuts. Because, again, you're looking to get 2, 3, 4 tamers into play, realistically. Between security skills, Cherubimon, ones you play normally, I think getting 3 tamers into play is entirely realistic. And then once I've got 3 tamers in play, Cherubimon gets deleted, and I get to play 3 Digimon from my trash. And it's not something we got time to really go into in this video, but we talked about it a lot before. One of the things that these purple decks get to do so gosh darn easily is get cards in the trash, so you are not going to be hurting for getting these cards in the trash. It's not like it's realistically going to be, oh man, I don't have any level 3s, and you're going to have level 3s in the trash. And you add it all up, and essentially what you've got here is a Digimon where you're going to be playing a tamer for free, deleting a bunch of Digimon, and then playing a bunch of Digimon. You can understand why it's a very expensive card. And the 12,000 power really just is the icing on the cake here. It is awesome. It is also very much worth bearing in mind that it does not state here that you don't get your play skills, and you know the rule. The rule is, if it says cards played don't get the play skill, you don't get the play skill. If it doesn't, then you do. And fine, we don't have a lot of purple level 3s that have play skills, but we do have the Labramon from BT4 that lets you draw a card when you play it, which incidentally is my favourite among them. Or the Devimon that lets you trash the top 2 cards of your deck, which actually could be really important here if you are still trying to get more cards in the trash. Or Dracmon from the starter deck that lets you return an option card from your trash that has a play cost of exactly 1 or 7. And my point here is that not only are you playing a tamer for free, deleting your opponent's Digimon, and then getting to play some Digimon for free, and I'm clearly going Labramon here. Labramon for me is the better among them, because now this Labramon is letting me, potentially, if I've got 4 Labramon in the trash and I've got 4 tamers in play, which is not entirely unrealistic, then all of a sudden at that stage I'm drawing 4 cards. So I get deleted, but I get to play 4 level 3s and draw 4 cards at the same time. This is an absolute slam dunk 5 Wassy card without any hesitation whatsoever. Sometimes I get 5 Wassies and I'm like, it's a really good card, but I've got a couple reservations, but I still think it's worth 5 Wassies. And other times I kind of run as fast as I can to give it 5 Wassies because it's nuts. And this is very much in that latter category here. This is a phenomenal card. And I'm not a huge fan of this style of deck, and I'm not a huge fan of purple, but this seems like the kind of thing I could absolutely be, convinced to try out. This one's good. At least I think so. I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other stuff. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.